Morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Friday the 19th of February. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, it's a bullish start to the day. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 61,656 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 52,449. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break back through to 52,000 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and the swing high at 52,577 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, continue to see Bitcoin targeting 55,000 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 53,332. Fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level at 57.73 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub-50s. Second major support level sits at 49,980. Looking at the MACD, we've got a slight narrowing of the bearish histogram, but nothing suggestive of bullish morning ahead, so keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, the 50 has flattened on the 100 and the 200 as well, which is also suggestive of some downside through the morning. So key through the early part of the day would be to avoid a fallback through the pivot at 61,656 and break back through to 52,000 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across Ethereum against the US dollar, it's a positive start to the day with Ethereum striking a new swing high, 1951.99. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 1914 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 1976. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from this morning's new swing high. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and a resistance at 2000 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ethereum test resistance at 2100 before any pullback. The second major resistance level sits at 2013. Fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 1877 into play. Barring an extended crypto sell-off, Ethereum should avoid sub 1800. Second major support level at 1815 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, slight narrowing of the bearish histogram, but nothing conclusive here, but we could see a bullish cross. So need to keep an eye on that through the early part of the morning. On the EMAs, however, the 50 is pulling away from the 100 and the 200, which is a bullish signal. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 1914, break out from this morning's new swing high 1951.99 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, it's a bullish start to the day after yesterday's loss. Going to see Litecoin avoid a fallback through the pivot at 228.82 to take a run at the first major resistance level at 236.94. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from 235 levels, however. Barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's new swing high at 239.11 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Litecoin test resistance at 250 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 247.23. The fallback through the pivot would bring the first major support level 218.53 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of the second major support level at 210.41. Looking at the MACD, got a marked narrowing of the bearish histograms through late yesterday and early this morning, and we could see a possible bullish cross, so keep an eye on that early in the day. On the EMAs, the 50 has pulled away marginally from the 100 and the 200, also a bullish signal. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 228.82 and break back through to 235 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels are in play. Moving across to Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid a fallback through the pivot at 0.5371 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 0.5547. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break back through to 0.55 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 0.5599 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.6 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.5775. A fallback through the pivot would bring the 23.6% fib at 0.5320 and the first major support level at 0.5144 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid sub 0.5s. Second major support levels at 0.4968. Looking at the MACD, we have a marked narrowing of the bearish histograms and we could see a possible bullish cross. So that's something to keep an eye on. That's an imminent move indicator. On the EMAs, the 50 is holding its ground on the 100 and the 200. So nothing conclusive there early in the day. So keep through the early morning, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 0.5371 and move back through to 0.55 levels to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels are in play.